guys, it's Tahira, and today I'm doing the Book Lover Survival Tag. Now, I've seen this tag float around booktube in the past week, and it's associated with the release for A Map of Rector Girls, which I've heard a lot about, and I'm looking into it and interested in it, but I'm not yet sure if I want to read it. But the tag associated with it, the Book Lover Survival Tag, is something that caught my eye, and I'm just gonna do it today. So let's just go ahead and get started. The Book Lover Survival Tag basically answers the question of what books would he take on a deserted island, which I know is a really hard question because how are we supposed to choose 8 books that we would take? Oh, by the way, you can take up to 5 to 8 books. No more than that, but yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. So the first book I would take on a deserted island is Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. Six of Crows is amazing book, and basically it's about these 6 people, criminals, misfits that go on a heist, and it's just so amazing. I love Leigh Bardugo's writing, and this duology I think is her best work yet, and I love this book the most out of 6 of the duology, and it's just amazing, and I would totally love to read it again and again on a deserted island. The next book on my list is one that I've mentioned many times in previous videos, and that is A List of Cages by Robin Rowe. A List of Cages is absolutely heartbreaking. It's so amazing. It's wonderful. I love the story. The story is basically about kindness and just to be kind to people and what kindness can really do to change people, and I really love that message. It doesn't really focus on the romance as a lot of YA do, and which I really like, and yeah. List of Cages follows a boy named Adam who is a senior in high school, and he has an elective to be the aide to the school psychologist. He's he's excited for this elective because there's not much to do, but one day the psychologist tells him that there is a boy going out that's avoiding his appointments with the psychologist, and so the psychologist told Adam to go and find the boy. When he finds the boy, he finds out that he's actually the foster brother that he had 5 years ago, and he hasn't seen him in 5 years, and they soon start to build a friendship, and it's just so amazing and heartbreaking, and it's so sad at some points. I'm gonna put a trigger warning on this for child abuse because there is some graphic scenes in this, but overall this book is so good, and you guys should all read it. The third book on this list is The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. The Hate You Give I've talked also about in multiple videos. This book is absolutely amazing. It has a lot to do with what's going on in the world today with the Black Lives Matter movement and police brutality and stuff like that. And so I think this book is so important to our time, and we need it right now, and I think everyone should read it, and it should be in every school library because it's so crucial so far for teens to know what's going on and to get insight about for the people that are actually in the movement, the African American people. And this gave me a lot of insight into the movement and how it really feels like to be in the middle of the situation, which is the first time I'm doing it, and I'm really glad I read this book because it's just amazing. Like, it's so important and just beautiful, and it's one of my favorite books of all time now. The next book is one that is the first book of the series, and that is Throne of Glass by Sarah J Maas. I'm pretty sure the whole of BookTube knows Sarah J Maas and her books. She's been notorious for the past year, but this first book is amazing. What got me into BookTube in the first place, and it kind of got me into the habit of buying books because this is the very first series that I bought, and then I started buying other books, and it became this stuff right here, and I kept buying and buying. So I love this book so much. I think everyone knows what Throne of Glass is about, but if you don't, Throne of Glass is about an assassin named Selena Sardathian, and she is called by the king to participate in a competition to become the king's champion. Now, the king's champion is the one that does all the dirty work for the king, kills people that are against the king, and so she's trying to vie for that position, and the story follows her, and it's very different now. Like, the most recent book, Empire of Storms, is so different from this book, and I think Heir of Fire onwards, it just transforms into a completely different series, and I don't hate it, but it's just that I love this first book so much, and that's made me fall in love in this series. The next 2 books in this list are A Court of Thorns and Roses and A Court of Mist and Fury, both by Sarah J Maas. A Court of Thorns and Roses. Everyone probably knows about Sarah J Maas and her notoriousness for diversity, and that's another topic for another video. I'm not gonna get into it in this video because I'll do like a 50-minute rant about it because I have so much to say. But overall, this is almost like a guilty pleasure for me because this book itself, like the first one, is not that great. Like, it's really good, but like the second and third book are just beyond leagues above this one. But this one is just so much fun. I love the Luz, Speedy, and the Beast retelling in this book, and I really love the story, and it's just a fun read, and that's what I really love about this book. Court of Thorns and Roses follows a girl named Farah who is out into the woods, and she's looking for food to hunt for her family because she's poor, and then she kills a wolf, and the wolf ends up being this immortal creature from the fairylands, and she goes, and the story starts from there, and it's an amazing story. The last book, I mean, I get that there are problems, and I really do see the problems in her books, but like as I said, it's almost like a guilty pleasure, and it's just so much fun to read, and that's why I love it. Now that we're done with Sarah J. Maas, I have another author. The last two books are both Cassandra Clare novels, because everyone must know by now that I love Cassandra Clare. But the next book on this list is Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare. This book is freaking huge. It's like 700 pages, I think, or more than that, or almost that, or whatever. It's huge, and the pages are really thick, which is how I like my big books. Like, if you see with A Court of Wings and Ruin, it's like, you can't tell, but this is also like 700 pages, but like the pages, like, it's really thin, but the pages are like almost like Bible pages. Like, I think that's how she described it as well, is like they're super thin, and it's like I'm just so scared of ripping them. But these are thick pages, and I love it. And this is the second book to the Dark Artifices series. The first book is Lady Midnight, and it's very popular. Cassandra Clare is so popular in booktube and in the YA genre in general. She's one of the most popular authors out there, and her books are always so amazing, and they get better with each book, I think. Like, Lady Midnight was like so amazing, but this book was absolutely leagues above the first one, because it's just such a sophisticated series, and the story just progressed a lot, and there was a lot of character development and just so much drama and events happen in this book that I would love to read it over and over again, and it would still break my heart. So the last book I would bring on a deserted island is another Cassandra Clare book, and that is Clockwork Princess. Clockwork Princess is the third book to the Infernal Devices series, which is Clockwork Angel, Clockwork Prince, and Clockwork Princess. I can't really say much about this book because it would spoil stuff for the previous books, but the first book is a steampunk novel set in 18th century, and I don't know why I can't explain the synopsis right now, but just overall it's a really good book, and this one is absolutely heartbreaking. It's one of the saddest Cassandra Clare books ever. Lord of Shadows is a close second, but this one just tops it all. It's amazing. The Infernal Devices is my favorite Cassandra Clare book out of all of them, and just it's amazing, heartbreaking, and you should all read it, because just go read it. So that is it for the Book Lover Survival Tag. Let me know down below what books you would bring to a deserted island, because I would love to know what choices you would choose out of all the books you love. What 8 choices would you choose? But that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye!